Looking for a job or internship? MSU's 3-day Career Center Expo connected students with industry partners and future opportunities. We spoke to students and professors about how events like this can help build careers.
Flu season is hitting Mississippi State hard, with clinics flooded and students reporting severe symptoms. Tips on protecting yourself and how to recover quickly next on Take 30 News.
Welcome to Take 30 News. I'm Natalie Robertson.
And I'm Mercy Rain. A major break in the case of former Ole Miss student Jimmy J. Lee. His body has now been found.
Lee went missing in July 2022, and his classmate Timothy Harrington Jr. is charged with his murder. Harrington's December trial ended in a mistrial, partly because Lee's body hadn't been located. That changed over the weekend when hunters found Lee's remains in Carroll County. Investigators believe Harrington killed Lee to keep their secret relationship hidden. Harrington remains out on bond as he awaits a new trial date. More and more people in Starkville are catching the flu.
Take 30's Thomas Hunt has more for us.
I'm sure that you know at least a few people who have caught the flu, but just how has it impacted the local Starkville area? It's no secret that the flu has made its way to Starkville and to Mississippi State's campus. With students being in such close proximity to one another, this virus can spread even more rapidly than normal. Every day, local clinics are flooded with students who have contracted the flu. Michael Chandler, a nurse practitioner at State Urgent Care, tells what your next step should be if you begin to experience these flu-like symptoms.
The quicker you get in, get tested, get treated, the faster your recovery will be. And then otherwise, treating your symptoms, Tylenol, ibuprofen, hydration, rest, all those are viral treatment. And then medicines for cough and congestion, most of which you can get over the counter, but there are prescriptions, that are a little bit stronger.
It's important to take steps like washing your hands, covering your cough, or getting a flu shot to avoid getting the flu to begin with. Gabe LeClaire, a sophomore at Mississippi State, discussed some of the symptoms he experienced when he realized he had the flu.
Came down just feeling really cruddy just throughout the day. I was like, oh, I do not feel good. Then I got really flushed. I felt very hot. Turned out I had a fever. And then that transitioned into just a really throaty cough. I really felt it in my diaphragm and my throat and my lungs.
If you start to experience fever, weakness, body aches, or any of the other symptoms that we've described, it's important that you take caution and quarantine yourself away from others. Make sure to keep up healthy habits during this flu season. Natalie and Mercy, back to you guys.
Looking for more ways to connect on campus? Mississippi State Student Association has partnered with the student-only marketplace app, Roomie. The app provides a safe space for students to buy, sell, and discuss campus events. Created by 2 MSU students and launched in 2022, Roomie first rolled out at Ole Miss, with MSU following soon after. Before the partnership, 3,000 MSU students were using the app, and since January 16th, another 400 to 500 have joined.
Our goal is to double the membership on the app as far as Mississippi State emails go by the end of this semester. So hopefully from that, we'll see maybe less reports of property crime on campus or in the city of Starkville, or we'll hear from students that they feel like they're better connected, like they had an easier time finding tickets to games, or they finding date party outfits, or furniture, lamps and couches and stuff for their dorms.
Speaking of dorms, housing and residence life at Mississippi State is already gearing up for the fall semester. With constant turnover with every graduating class, they must prepare for the upcoming freshman population. Take 30's William McCurry has more.
Student workers for housing and residence life consist of information assistants, resident assistants, and community advisors.
For housing and residence life at Mississippi State, the recruitment process is already underway for fall 2025.
What we do is we open applications. This year we started them in November, closed them in January. We're actually in the middle of interviews right now, this week and next week, and we hope to have the whole process finished up no later than spring break.
Naomi Martin, a resident advisor for the past 7 semesters at Mississippi State University, knows what leadership in housing looks for in student workers.
As an RA, I think that you need to have a lot of key skills. You need to be kind, compassionate, you need to be a problem solver, and you need to be really good at planning and time management, because adding the RA job onto your already busy schedule can create some difficulties. But you just really need to be the kind of person that wants to interact with your residents and get to know them on a really personal level so that you're prepared to handle any situation that arises.
While recruitment is a large part of how housing deals with turnover, they give opportunities for current student workers to return next semester.
We kind of revamped the process this year entirely. We set up an interview style to get to know how their experience has been over their tenure, whether they're a new hire that just started in August or somebody, say, that's been here for 3 years or more. We try to see how well they've been developed over their tenure.
Mississippi State currently employs over 150 student workers and counting, with that number increasing soon with the construction of Azalea Hall. With Tate 30 News, I am William McCurry.
Azalea Hall is planned to finish in time for the fall of 2025.
Mississippi State Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes a voice and prepares them for life beyond sports.
Hear from SAAC leaders on how it impacts student success. Coming up.
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep, unlocking an understanding of our past, validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries. Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more.
Student athletes are well known for their collegiate achievements in their field of sports. The athletes must work hard, and while doing so, a voice is needed in those teams to continue to build the legacy they want nationwide.
The Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAAC, provides those opportunities for our student athletes.
The Student Athlete Advisory Committee has been a great asset for all collegiate athletes. It is required at each division, requiring student athletes from each sport to be a representative for their teams, allowing them to have a voice. The student athletes here at State have taken on the responsibilities, understanding how important this committee is for their team. Stone Simmons, a baseball player and the president of SAAC, shares about the role he plays on this committee.
We meet once a month usually. I'm in charge of making sure everybody knows everything that's going on and basically doing the whole agenda for each meeting. That includes sharing information that's going on in the NCAA or that's particular to our school. It's basically, the SAAC is sort of the communication between the athletic department and the student athletes. So I'm in charge of that organization.
SAAC has been a great asset to the student athletes in many ways, one being networking, which sets them up for success after their collegiate years. Women's basketball player Denim DeShield, who is a first-time representative for her team, has been able to experience and learn many things as she willingly accepts the challenge.
My favorite thing about SAAC has been, I guess you can say, getting out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm not normally the most vocal or the most outgoing person, but being around people who can kind of pick me up where I'm sure me has been very helpful.
Mississippi State believes in their student athletes. Zach Selman, the athletic director, states that this is critical in the student athlete lives in so many ways. SAAC is a community giving the athletes a voice to be heard. I'm Debreasha Powe with Take 30 News.
The next meeting for SAAC will be held on March 3rd at 7 p.m. in the Templeton Open Study Hall.
Students looking to jumpstart their careers had the chance to connect with employers and explore job opportunities thanks to a special event hosted by the Career Center. I got more information from students and staff that attended. The Mississippi State Career Center hosted hundreds of students and employees this week at their Career Expo. This was a 3-day event, each day being for different majors and concentrations, giving everyone the chance to put themselves out there and get connected.
Students have the opportunity to meet with employers about possible internships, jobs, or just get some free goodies.
Although this is an easy way for students to network, I got to talk to Frank Adams, who is MSU's Professor of Supply Chain Logistics and Marketing, about what exactly goes into planning an event like this and what their goal is.
We put a lot of effort into staying in contact with employers to figure out what it is they need. And we want to make sure that in addition to the broad education we give students, that we're working in some of these things that they're going to need to know, that are going to make students more attractive to some of these industry partners.
Students say events like this are helpful in getting some peace about their future or getting ideas for a potential career path.
I think that these events are very important because they give us students a chance to network and kind of see what's out there in the world. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I didn't know about half these companies. So it's really interesting to see that since I do want to live in Jackson for the rest of my life, kind of see what options there are in my career.
The Career Expo was one of the first events the Career Center has put on this semester, and there will be many more to come. If students are interested in getting connected with the Career Center, they can go to career.msstate.edu for more information.
When we get back, our look at weather with Emmett Rice.
When it comes to making the world a better place, it's all in the numbers at Mississippi State University. Our big data science researchers are creating astonishing new algorithms to model human behavior and consumer activity to identify anomalous purchasing patterns. Interpreting the data creates heat maps that can signal fraudulent activity and even predict likely cybercrime locations and perpetrators. And as the only academic institution to team with a state-level DHS agency in the study of transactional data of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, MSU is helping prevent misuse while ensuring that benefits are being used as intended. These successes are opening doors for similar research partnerships with banking, insurance, credit card, and other data-intensive industries, leading to consumer confidence in online and other transactions. Making numbers count. Mississippi State University. The sense of place. We all have it. Often grown from deep roots in small-town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. Places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow.
And we are blessed with another beautiful day. Tell you what, as Michael Bublé actually would say, sun in the sky, you know how I feel. As a matter of fact, I think we can all agree we're all feeling good as temperatures right now are in the low to mid 70s all throughout northeast Mississippi. Now, to plan out your evening, I want to talk about these temperatures. They're going to be dropping here around 6 p.m., going down into the upper 60s, and then down to the mid 60s by 8 p.m. So if you have plans later on this evening, I would just keep that in mind as you head on out the door. Maybe grab a slight jacket, maybe not be needed, but anyway, those temperatures tonight are going to be dipping down into the upper 50s for our low temperatures, but I have some weather headlines for you. We're going to have a stunning Saturday coming up for tomorrow, but unfortunately all good things have to come to an end, right? So cooler next week and then a soggy week ahead after that, unfortunately. Now I want to talk about this almanac data that we have here. Now, our high for tomorrow is supposed to be 79. That normal temperature should be 57 degrees. So we're going to be warm, to say the least, come Saturday. Like I said, we're going to be in the upper 70s throughout a majority of northeast Mississippi for that high temperature. But then come Sunday, we have a cold front on the way, and this is going to bring in some cooler air for Saturday night and then coming on in for a majority of Sunday, bringing our temperatures down for Sunday into the low 60s. And that cold air is going to sit for, I want to say, the rest of the week and going into Thursday, bringing temperatures down to the low 50s for those high temperatures. But like I said, we have a soggy week ahead. Now, we're going to be clear for a majority of Saturday, but then come Sunday morning, we'll see some spotty showers. Well, I would say more widespread all throughout Calhoun City, Houston, Aberdeen, throughout majority of northeast Mississippi. There might be a heavier spot of rain over there in Pontotoc, but then as time goes on, Monday morning, Pontotoc and Coffeyville, you might see some showers heading out the door for work. But then come Tuesday, this is what I want to talk about here. We've got a huge band of thunderstorms moving their way through the area come Tuesday at night and into Tuesday morning as well. Come 7 a.m. we'll be seeing Calhoun City getting some heavier rain, and same with Fulton and Ackerman. Now this system's going to push on through, and we're going to be seeing widespread showers for Tuesday afternoon, and they're going to continue on east for Tuesday around 5 p.m. for that afternoon. Then we're
After the break, our reporter will let us know what's happening in the sports world.
At Mississippi State University, student-led teams are taking one of the country's biggest health issues to heart. Out to unravel one of science's unsolved mysteries, researchers in MSU's Department of Agriculture and Biological Engineering are asking why and when healthy cells in human arteries can begin changing into bone-like structures that hamper blood flow. This calcification contributes to strokes and heart attacks, two leading causes of death in Mississippi. As part of their groundbreaking research, students are designing a 3D model that allows them to understand how arteries act within the body and what changes them. By recreating what is happening at the cellular level, researchers are pursuing ways to stop and reverse the process of calcification. Testing treatments could lead to new solutions, helping reduce the number of people struggling with the effects of poor heart health and ultimately saving lives. Mississippi State University, getting to the heart of better health for Mississippians. Imagining the built environment of tomorrow is a collaborative dream at the College of Architecture, Art, and Design at Mississippi State University. Learning is experienced in a studio environment that brings architecture, interior design, and building construction students together to solve 21st century challenges. One of only 2 such programs in the country, MSU's curriculum creates a 360-degree approach, an opportunity for learning how to work together in the real world, and encourages creativity and cooperation for resolving tomorrow's issues, such as housing for continued population growth, work and life environments for expanding urban lifestyles, and accommodating industrial and technology shifts. Working together gives students a better understanding of the intersection of design and construction, and allows for the kind of creative thinking and practical application that leads to a better future for all.
Good evening, Bulldogs. I'm Clay Carter, and welcome back to Take 30 Sports. Tonight, we'll recap the Lady Bulldogs matchup with the Arkansas Razorbacks that took place last night and spotlight 3 Mississippi natives making waves in this year's Super Bowl. All that and more coming up next. With Super Bowl Sunday just around the corner, Mississippi is making its big mark on the big stage. Starkville's very own A.J. Brown, along with Mississippi State alumni Chris Jones and Darius will all be competing in this year's championship game, proving themselves as local heroes who have made it to the top level of the NFL. Starkville native A.J. Brown, now a star wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, has been a key player all season, showcasing his incredible skill and drive. As he heads into his second Super Bowl, Brown says his faith and leadership is what's most important.
Yeah, honestly, I always pray for leadership, to focus on my leadership and to lead others, because I'm well respected in my team and my city and everywhere, and I'm just trying to be myself, most importantly, and my faith is everything to me.
Joining Brown for Philadelphia is cornerback Darius, Mississippi State alum. Known for his lockdown defense, Slay has played a crucial role in the Eagles' journey to the Super Bowl, making game-changing plays all season. On the other side of the field, defensive lineman Chris Jones representing MSU and the Kansas City Chiefs. Jones has been a standout force on the line. Jones is aiming for his 4th Super Bowl ring, leading Mississippi State in championships. From Starkville to the Super Bowl, A.J. Brown, Darius Slay, and Chris Jones are set to leave their mark on this year's championship game. Ahead of Super Bowl 59, a Philadelphia Eagles running back surprised his former elementary school in Mississippi. Kenneth Gainwell is known to give back to his community, and Wednesday he spoke to students with the help from his parents. Teddy Reedy was in Yazoo for this special occasion. Mississippi State head basketball coach Chris Jans is eager to get his team back on track after a week off to heal. Between bumps and bruises and illness that has been sweeping through the program, Jans says this break has been a huge benefit. Now with the tough road ahead, the Bulldogs prepare to face a highly confident Georgia team, and Jans knows it's going to take their best game to come out on top. The Bulldogs in Georgia tip off this Saturday, and Coach Jans is hoping this team's rest and preparation will pay off as they look to turn their season around. Last night, the Mississippi State women's basketball team hosted another SEC foe at the Hump. Gavin Zawada was there and breaks down the big win.
Thursday night, on National Women's and Girls in Sports Day, the Bulldogs women's basketball team picked up a huge victory against the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Dogs came out to a commanding 12-point lead in the first quarter, kept their foot on the gas to finish off the Hogs. The offense was led by Kayla Jordan and Debreasha Powe with 16 points each. Powe knocked down 5 three-pointers in the contest, which proved to be a strength of the Bulldogs all game, shooting 43% from beyond the arc. After the game, Powe spoke about how she was able to find her rhythm behind the arc.
I honestly just got to give credit to my teammates. They believed in me. They was finding me in transition, just telling me to knock it down, and I was ready to this game.
On the defensive end, the Bulldogs put up a nice performance as well, getting 14 steals and 6 blocks. The bounce-back win was a must, and Coach Sam Purcell had plenty of praise for the performance his team put on.
They love this team and they have a spirit about them. They haven't folded and they want to get better. And I thought a lot of the things that we've had failures in previous games, you saw glimpses of correction, and that's the biggest thing at this time of year. We're going to.
The Bulldogs will look to carry their momentum into Sunday, where they will host Alabama. As March approaches, wins are becoming more and more important, and Coach Purcell is ready for the challenge. With Take 30 News, I'm Gavin Zawada.
With the Lady Bulldogs' recent win, Mississippi State keeps their strong run going in SEC play. That's it for sports. Take 30 News, we'll be right back.
It can be a tough way to make a living. Weather, pricing pressures, and unpredictable swings in demand can take a toll, not only on farmers' finances, but on their mental health, as well as that of family members and farm workers. That's why Mississippi State University is spearheading a program to train extension agents to detect the signs of depression, substance abuse, and other stress-related challenges. Everyone has a bad day, of course, but this holistic view of a farmer's circumstances enables MSU representatives to recognize the difference between routine struggles and deeper, more serious issues. It may be a tough conversation, but the sooner it gets started, the sooner farmers can get help to better manage stress and continue the important work of growing the products our world needs. Caring for farms and farmers. Mississippi State University.
Fans are in Starkville are in a for treat this weekend as the Rotary Classic Rodeo makes its return.
The event is set to bring talent from across the country and high-energy performances for attendees to enjoy. Rotary Classic Rodeo is coming back to Starkville this weekend. The rodeo will span 4 days and will be bringing premier rodeo talent and livestock from across the country. Beyond the exciting events, this rodeo will be benefiting the Starkville Rotary Club initiatives.
Fans want to come out to the rodeo this weekend. The 4L Rodeo Company is bringing top livestock. You're going to see rodeo contestants from all over the United States, literally, because this is one of the premier stops for the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. The prize money won here this weekend will count towards the year-end finals in Las Vegas at what we call the Super Bowl of Rodeo, the National Finals Rodeo.
The Rotary Classic Rodeo has a $750,000 economic impact for the Starkville area over its 4-day span. Rodeo announcer Alan Moorhead shared more about what this weekend means for the Rotary Club and the rodeo community.
This is a Rotary Club event here in Starkville, and there's just so much money that comes through this that goes out into the community, first of all. But then for me, it's about being able to spend time with my road family. Because in rodeo, we look at everything as family, because more often than not, we're on the road, away from home and family. Cell phone can keep us in touch, but every time we show up at a rodeo, we're around family and we look out for each other. And that's the exciting part of it. But the talent that we have coming here this weekend, it's going to be an amazing rodeo.
Events commence at the Mississippi Horse Park at 7 o'clock p.m. on February 7th. I have to say, seeing the livestock made me want to attend the rodeo myself. Rodeo tickets are still available online at rodeo.starkvillerotary.org or at the gate. Thank you so much for joining us this Friday afternoon, Bulldogs.
Before we go, let's take one last look at the weather.
Yeah, so I gotta say, are any of y'all planning on going to or watching the Super Bowl at least?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Who do y'all
Okay.
have in the Super Bowl?
I'll be honest, I'm not a sports girl, so I'm just looking for a good time and good food.
Yeah, okay. I don't blame. I'm with the Chiefs. I'll probably go with the Eagles for Sunday, but I gotta say, we are gonna be cooling off just a little bit. We're probably down to the upper 60s come the Super Bowl Sunday.